Team USA got off to a winning start as they begin defense of their gold medal. LeBron James and Kevin Durant leading the way as the U.S. beat Nikola Jokic and Serbia 110-84. Serbia did get to within 2 points late in the first half, but the U.S. never let them get any closer and pulled away in the second half. Every U.S. player who hit the floor scored at least 2 points. USA cover the point spread and the over cashes as you take a look at the standings in Group C. USA now on top thanks to that points differential at 1-0. South Sudan, the upset win over Puerto Rico by 11 points today. They are also 1-0. And then you have Puerto Rico and Serbia rounding out the group. USA will next face South Sudan on Wednesday. Serbia take on Puerto Rico. Let's welcome in basketball analyst Tim Doyle for more on this. Tim, your reaction here. Do you feel better after what you saw from Team USA here?
Nobody's beating Team USA if they play like that. Nobody. I mean, the Harlem Globetrotters, the greatest dream team ever assembled. Nobody was beating Team USA in this particular game on this particular day. I'm not saying this for a fact. That was one of the greatest basketball performances I had ever seen in my entire life. Kevin Durant in the first half. The guy played in 0 tune-up games. Checks in with 2 minutes to go in the first quarter. And he didn't miss a shot. He was 8 of 8 from the field in the first half. 5 of 5 from 3. And then the cherry on top was the spread in the first half was 7.5. USA gets the ball with 5 seconds left to end the first half. They're down 7. They run a Kevin Durant play. He shoots a 15-foot fall away that he probably got fouled on, and he canned it. See right there is the most career point in the history of USA Olympic basketball, and I was absolutely blown away by his performance. Now, why no one beats this team today was they were a +9, meaning plus 27 points from three-point range. But this whole game changed. Serbia had a lead in the first quarter. They take Jokic out. Durant checks into the game. He makes a 3 when they're down 6. The next play, Anthony Edwards, who always grew up loving Durant, he bangs down a 3. And it was like the whole momentum shifted in that game. But the way Team USA played today, nobody in the history of basketball was going to beat them.
Yeah, I think we can say the Slim Reaper is just fine based on the performance we saw. Didn't actually miss a shot until early part of the fourth quarter, but did come in later in the third. Tim, in terms of the chemistry here, this is one of the things that you talked about was one of the biggest challenges for Steve Kerr was finding the right chemistry and the concern over the last 2 tune-up games. How did that chemistry look based on what you saw today and the fact that we didn't see Tyrese Halliburton get into this game or Jason Tatum?
This was the most complete game I've seen from Team USA since they beat up on Serbia, and they got contributions from Bam Adebayo and Anthony Davis and Joel Embiid. Remember, coming into this game, we weren't really sure what big guys were going to play. A couple of them were banged up. But what a complete performance. 5 different players on Team USA made 2 threes or more. It was just a complete team effort. We're failing to even mention LeBron James. Him and Durant opened up this game, making their first 14 shots combined. They were 14 of 14 from the field. They actually may have been more. I just had those in my notes because it was honestly hard to believe how well they played. Now, I took Serbia plus the points, and this game would have been different if Durant wasn't so special. Thought he just completely changed the momentum of the team. He changed their swag factor. But yeah, Steve Kerr's going to have to iron out, when certain guys get out there and play. Dirk White's such a great team guy. So is Drew Holiday. So on this particular game, in this particular day, nobody was beating Team USA. I'll go back to Michael Jordan's teams, the Dream Team 2. The way they played today, banging down 18 threes, sharing the ball, Durant making big shots, nobody was beating them today. So you just tip your cap. I had the wrong bet with Serbia. And Team USA, if they continue to play like that, nobody will be close in this Olympic. But it's unlikely, Jeremy, they continue to keep playing like that.
Yeah, LeBron 9 of 13, 21 points, 8 rebounds, 9 assists. KD 8 of 9, 23 points as they combine there for the 44 points. Tim, did you see anything that concerned you today about this U.S. team?
Yeah, totally. There's always concerns about turnovers. They had 10 of them in the first half. And even though Durant came in and played, electric in that first half, it was still a ball game. It was still a one-possession game. Problem is, there's only one Jokic. And when he comes out of the game, the drop-off from the best player in the world to the backup center on Serbia is a pretty significant drop-off. I thought his teammates were completely lost when he was not on the floor. I think if these two teams played again tomorrow, this would be a different outcome. Not saying Serbia would win, but it'd be a much more competitive game. It was a game that they were in control of, but you can't play Jokic every minute of every game. I thought Team USA looked as good as I've ever seen an Olympic team look. That's how well they played on this particular game. And it really has to do with Kevin Durant. He came in, he made shots, he set a tone, he changed the swag of this entire squad, and everybody fed off of him.
Yeah, and now it's just fingers crossed that KD can stay healthy for the duration of this tournament. So South Sudan come up next, Wednesday, 3 p.m. Eastern time. Upset Puerto Rico.
3-pointers. Yeah, I thought USA got out. They defended shooters today. They did everything they were supposed to do, and easier said than done. They did it against Serbia. They did not do it against South Sudan, but, it's all about when you play teams. And Team USA is going to come into South Sudan with a ton of confidence. They played absolutely great against Serbia. They're going to be on their toes. I have a prediction for the game against South Sudan. Clubber Lang said it in Rocky 3. Pain. I think they're in big trouble.
That's a good way to describe it. Basketball analyst Tim Doyle discussing Team USA's opening win over Serbia, 110-84, as they get their Olympic Games rolling in defense of their gold medal. And as we talked about, now they prep for South Sudan, which comes up on Wednesday. They finish the group stage of the tournament a week from today against Puerto Rico. And with Serbia's loss today and South Sudan's win, it sets up a potential second-place showdown a week from today. Right now, Team USA in the driver's seat after the big win over Serbia. Rico in their opening game at the Olympic Games, their first ever Olympic Games. They start 1-0. Given what happened in the tune-up tournament between the U.S. and South Sudan, the U.S. winning by that single point, do you feel that maybe the U.S. team, this Team USA, has some extra juice for that game?
Yes. I think they're going to be very awake for that game. Remember, when they played South Sudan in their exhibition tune-up, they were 44-point favorite in that game. And, it's an exhibition game, traveling, who knows if a couple of guys were enjoying the nightlife a little bit. And they had an impossible time guarding South Sudan's lead guard, Carlik Jones. He went out and had a triple-double against Team USA. So now saying all of that, you see they were 43.5-point favorite, and they ended up winning that game on a LeBron James layup. I think guys like Drew Holiday, Derek White, Anthony Edwards, if he takes his defensive responsibility to a high level, they're going to be ready to go against Carlik Jones, who had 15 points, 11 rebounds, 11 assists. South Sudan made 14